Good morning, another beautiful Vlogmas day. I'm dressed, just need my coat, going to today to a 1930s train. The the MTA Museum runs nostalgic train rides Sundays through December. So we're going on a train ride. I am excited. I don't want to deal with crowds, but I'm sure that's what I'm going to see. So I'm going to change that mindset right now. Speaking of 1930s trains, I feel like it's going to be so cool to see it in person. How it rides and stuff. I'm even more curious. And something comes to mind. So I went to Cuba. I don't even know when. It was so long ago. But, you know, Cuba is famous for their cars, their classic cars. And according to, let me get this website up. According to townfairtire.com, there are around 60,000 classic American cars in Cuba, half of them from the 1950s, and then 25%, and another 25% from the 40s and 30s. So the cars were beautiful, and just to clarify, they're not everywhere. They seem like if you're in Havana, they seem like they're everywhere. They're cabs. They're not like regular people just driving these cars. They're beautiful. I took pictures. I'm going to show you Cuba. Why not? After this, I'll show you some Cuba. But they were very uncomfortable for me, personally, and everybody in my party. We were like, oh, yeah, no, we might take this like a 8-minute ride, not even 10 minutes. We're like, So they were cute and everything. So that's what comes to mind with the train. But obviously, like, it's a train. I'm anticipating not even being able to sit down. So that shouldn't be really an issue. I'm only going to ride it 2 stops, 2 or 3, whatever it is. I can't do the bumpy and stop and go too much on my ankle or injury flare up. So I'm not planning on doing like a crazy long trip, but I'm really interested, excited to see it. Aren't you? Till then, enjoy my trip to Cuba randomly on this Vlogmas day. It's just not busy right now. I hope it stays away. But there's plenty of time for people to come. So let's cross our fingers. So I was in the right spot, which makes sense. So now I'm gonna head to the right spot, and it'll probably be super crowded, which at least I'll know I'm in the right spot. Based on what he said, and as far as I could tell, it looked like he was looking to have some babies. I wasn't really interested in that, and I ran away, not because I was running away, but because I was trying to find out more information. And he looked very sad and like a puppy waiting for me to come back. I didn't come back.
Even the people my age are young. Like, I don't know, I studied hip-hop. People I listen to are in their 50s, 60s, and 40s.
I wasn't recording. Look at the ad. I waited like 40 minutes for this train. Worth it again. So old. These are the leather seats. Sitting on the nostalgia train. A 1930s train. Were black people on this train? I don't know. About to find out. I'll look it up. What? The fans. I love the fans. Just on the train, headed to work, you know? That's all we're doing. It's hot though. It's hot in here.
This is a 96th Street, 2nd Avenue bound next train. Next stop is West 4th Street, Washington Square.
He knows every stop, every line, every transfer.
Sorry.
Me yelling the stops, pretty amazing.
Sorry.
Sorry. Oh, thank you.
Copy that. We got the right lineup.
Shouting the stops and manually closing the door. It's amazing. Pretty loud.
This is West 4th Street, Washington Square. Transfer is available to A, C, E, D, and local F trains. 96th Street, 2nd Avenue bound. Next train. The next stop on this train is 4750th Street, Rockefeller Center.
That was cool. I learned the doors aren't manual, they're just slow, so sometimes they close them. Cool, right? Made it back. I traveled to and from the 1930s. I'm a time traveler, yes. I also may have made historical change because I sat near the front of the train. I doubt that's where the segregated people sat. You're welcome. But in all seriousness, it's very cool. I tried to talk to you on a train. I have no idea how it came out, so I'm gonna repeat this right now. It was just cool and the feeling of it. It was very shaky, which I was kind of hoping it was. The fact that there's no like intercom system. I didn't ask if that's how it always was, but there was somebody on our car calling out every stop, every transfer, closing the doors because although they close automatically, they close slowly, so they like help it along basically. And yeah, overall it's a cool experience. I have tips. That's really what I wanted to do in this closing, I just remembered. I wanted to tell you that I got out there like 1-ish maybe, then thought I was at the wrong station, even though the MTA Museum, Transit Museum site, the MTA Transit Museum, the MTA Museum site did state each stop. I still found it confusing. So here's the thing. They say on the F line going uptown, and they list the stops. They say the Q line going downtown, and they list the stops. If you go to the stop and look for the F train, which is what I was doing, it doesn't come on that track. It still comes on its own track, or a different track, not its own track, a different track. So it came on the other side of the platform, so thank God I was at least in the right place. And then that same train goes all the way up to 96th Street, and then comes back down the Q line. So it's not like there's two trains running. That's first of all. Second, it just says from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And like I said, I got there, I don't know, like 1-ish maybe. I didn't check the time. But I expected every train on that line, I guess kind of dumb, now I think about it, during those times to be the train. So I saw like 4 trains go by, and then I was like, oh, well, I saw 2 trains go by. 1, 2. I saw 2 trains go by, thought maybe I messed up the stops, and then went to the first stop for the F line uptown, and then waited there for 40 minutes. And I was about to leave, and I was like, you know what? Not leave, but I was about to ask for directions, but nobody was down there, so I'd have to leave the platform to go find an MTA employee basically. And right as I hit the first stair, there was an announcement that's like, a holiday train has been spotted at 4th Street, which is kind of cool, you know, like hyped us up a little bit, but there you go. They're completely intermittent, which I figured after I was sitting there for a while, but I wanted to confirm, you know, because there's also a lot of tunnel maintenance going on right now. So I was like, maybe they just canceled today. Or maybe they canceled the F line, whatever. The point is, they're intermittent. You have no idea when they're coming. And then the train that I got was the last train. So I was completely shocked because they said running till 5. And then suddenly I was on the last train it left at 4. So the left at part is the other important part, because if you're at the first stop, they sit there for a while. And I got ample opportunity to take pictures, videos, to do whatever I wanted on that train. They sat there for like 30 minutes and then we went. And then when we were picking up people on the way, those people would not have an opportunity to look at the train. There's just no way. It was too crowded at that point. They got to stand right in the door and then look around like this, but they wouldn't have been able to like fully enjoy it, I think. So go to the first stop. Or probably the last stop as well would be the same thing, which is the first stop going the other way. So go to the first stop, first stop / last stop. Get there super early. If you're not there for the 11 o'clock train, get there right after 11. That's what I would say. I kind of looked out on the last train because I overheard one of the MTA employees say that this one wasn't as busy as earlier. And again, my train came around 3:30 p.m. at 2nd Avenue, going north, uptown on the F line, but it wasn't actually the F line. It was on that platform. So it kind of worked out for me because I got more time on the train. And when I first got on, even though everybody got on at the same time, there were times that you saw in the video that I could walk freely between cars and tape. So there you go. That's my advice to you. It was fun. It was just exactly what it says, like nostalgia. I can imagine what it was like at that time. A couple people dressed up. It was cute. It was a cute time. It's a cute time. Anyway, so thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Vlogmas. Comment, like, subscribe. I haven't asked you to do that in so many videos. Can you comment and like, please? Subscribe. Duh. Bye.